Hello, stamping friends. This is Jenny from Celebrate the Journey, and it's Monday, time for a Facebook Live. Let's see if I've managed to get everything going here. I think so. So if you're joining me, give me a thumbs up or a hey there so I'll know that you can hear me and see me. Looks a little crooked. Let's see if we can't fix that a little bit. I don't mind being crooked though. That looks a little bit better. Okay, let's just get started. You know, it's March, and it's hard to believe that we've managed to get to March, and it's kind of almost springtime, but we'll probably have a little more winter weather before it's all over with. But because it's March, that means it's closer to time for the annual catalog to retire. And that means that new products will come out in May. And we're going to want to be able to use all those new products. So we need to use up our old products. So, you know, every year I have this goal to use as much of my designer series paper as possible. And so that's what I'm going to show you today. And I'm going to show you a card design. And I have 2 cards that I've made with it. And then we're going to make a third one. And I will put all the measurements in the comments when the video is over. And then I want you to make 1 or 2 cards with this same design and post them in the comments, and we'll pick our favorite, because this is a card that can use some of your designer series paper in lots of creative ways. I think we've probably made a card like this before. I'm not real sure. So this first one is made with a wash in color. Is that the name of the paper? I did not buy this set, so I just fussy cut the flowers and put them on there. And then it opens up like this. So see, it will use a good bit of your designer series paper. Isn't that pretty? And then I embossed a little embossing, a little layering. All of that's optional. And that worked for this one. Now this second card uses the new Irresistible Blooms. And it uses the designer series paper. These flowers are actually stamped on the designer series paper. So I didn't have to color them. The paper was already soft seafoam. I just put, I stamped the flower on the soft seafoam designer series paper and covered it with Wink of Stella. And then this is that new embossing folder that comes with in the cross hatching look. And then you open it up. So that uses a good bit of that paper. So I'll show you how we do this. I know all the flowers are in bloom, the trees are blooming in Georgia. I hope you don't have a cold snap that will get them. So I will mention the measurements, but you don't have to worry about writing them down because I'll put them in the comments. So to start with, this is Pool Party. And it's 4 1/4 by 11. And we're going to score it at 5 1/2. And 2 3/4. I think I've done all the other cutting, so Then we'll kind of accordion fold that. Yeah, it's really pretty here right now, today, yesterday and today, but then of course Wednesday we're going to have snow again. I read in the paper this morning that there's only been 2 Wednesdays since December that it didn't snow. It's weird that it's always been on a Wednesday. So there's our card base. Now this is just 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. I just wanted it, is that right? Yeah. To pretty much cover the inside. I should have told you what we were going to use. Let me see. We're not using flowers. We're going to use Seaside Bay. Just a little bit of this one. And we're going to mix it with the seashell embossing folder. Is that called seashells? So we're going to emboss this. We've got a little bit of embossing to do, so we'll go ahead and do it all at the same time. And that'll be our first piece. And we'll adhere that right there. Now we have another piece, and then I cut this designer series paper because I think it goes well with that, and we're going to emboss it also. I don't know that we can get all of these in. We can get 2 of them in here, and then we'll have to do the other one. The paper's so thin it wants to slide right out. This looks so pretty embossed. Then like how that it kind of makes the gold even pop more, I think. Now we'll run this piece through. Having the measurements for this card all figured out for you, you'll be able to make something fairly quickly, I think. Sometimes for me, it's the figuring out the layers and what I want to do. So we're just going to layer this here. Now see, on my other cards, I did let the DSP be on all 3 spaces, but I didn't. I wanted a little something different this time. When it's embossed, it seems to work a little better to use Tombow to hold it down rather than your scoring Stampin' seal. Now we'll put our 2 pieces of DSP here. See if we're gonna, no, I'm trying to match up the swirls, and they go, the swishes, that's where they go. You don't really have to do that. In this pack of Designer Series papers, this same pattern and with blues rather than the petal pink. So we could make another card, just change the color palette. Now these pieces are 4 1/8 by 2 7/8, I think. I'll have to check those measurements. Don't trust me. Read them in the comments when I post them. I wouldn't trust me at all. Now we need our flat piece. I do know this one is 3 by 8 and it's scored at 4. And that will go right there. We'll go ahead and put it all together before we glue it down. Now we're going to use Heartfelt Sympathy and the little seashell. And so let's see, not a whole lot of stamping here, just a little. Well, this is soft suede. I wanted it a light color, not black. Did you notice that we have circle punches back in the store? So we're going to use a circle punch. Not that we haven't been using them, it's just that you couldn't buy them for a while, but now they're back. And I'm going to stamp the seashell now. See, I wanted to punch it first so I'd know where to put the seashell. And I'm using Balmy Blue there just to make it a little darker. I tried Pool Party, it just was not dark enough. Coastal Cabana might have worked, but it might have been a little too bright for a sympathy card. Now, I think we'll put these shells on the inside of our card. I have not put the labels on all of these stamps, so I'll do that. It'll give you a chance to see how I do my labels. So this doesn't have the labels on it yet. I like to have the image on my stamps. Some people don't, so that's up to you. So I take the label and peel it off, put it on the block. I usually do this all at once, but today is the first day I've gotten this stamp set out. I think I've used the Sympathy Sentiment, but now there's a seam there, so you'll pick that up to get that started. And then you'll lay that down, and you can line it up. Now we're ready. We can stamp that on our inside piece just to decorate it a little. We'll put it over there, and we'll use the soft suede. Well, hi Kay, thanks for joining us. That'll just be a love filler. You'll be able to write your sympathy message there. You'll be able to see. I can't see who's here today. I say Karen. Thanks for popping in, Karen. All right, now we're just about done here. This is amazing. Now I want to put some ribbon on this, but I don't really, I don't think I want it going that direction. I want it going the other direction, this way. So I'm going to put the twine on here first. Some people don't like the twine to show on the inside of their card anyway, so that takes care of that problem for you. So we'll wrap that around and trim this off. And we'll use our reverse tweezers to hold that so I can tie a knot, a bow, a pretty bow. That's one good thing about, let's run that under there. Twine is it ties pretty easy. Linen thread, I should call it the right thing. I do have some tape on the desk in case I don't get this tight. I can put some Scotch tape on the back. Where's the other end? There we go. Well, that just, there. I want that nice and tight. Oh, I think that's going to work. We don't even need our Scotch tape, but we do need to trim that a little bit. And then we'll put a glue dot under there to kind of hold it, anchor it in place. Kind of roll it up a little bit. Slide it under there. Now we can put this on our card front. Yeah, Scotch tape is great for hidden repairs. Now I want you to think here. When I was looking at this, it just didn't have enough contrast for me. This is a sympathy card, so I don't want it too frou-frou and too fancy. But I thought that a little bit of the distressed gold would be fine to go behind it. It's not quite as garish and shiny, so we're going to cut a circle. I don't have a punch of that size, but even if I did, that paper is so thin, I think it would rip and wouldn't punch as pretty as cardstock or thicker paper. This almost has a rag feel to it. So I don't think it would punch well. So we'll put that on there, and that's not very much at all. It's not obnoxious. Okay, now we'll put this on with dimensionals. Yeah, we can do that. It's going to straddle the twine. Let's hope I did that right. I think it's close enough. And now that's gonna, let's go ahead and put our inside in here. Isn't that sweet? Could take a little bit of Wink of Stella and blend that shell a little bit, but I don't think I will. I'm afraid I'll mess it up, and I've already glued it down, so might try it on a scrap piece next time. Now this will get centered there. That's pretty just like that, isn't it? Just kind of eyeball it. It'll be fine. Where's my punch? I'll put the punch on it for a minute. Hold it down. And I was looking at the opals, the flat opals. They really are pretty, but they're kind of super, super duper shining. So I actually thought some of the sea glass would look pretty on here, as opposed to something shiny and glittery. We don't do glitter too much for sympathy cards. So we're going to put a combination of the pool party and white, and I think that'll look nice. I hope so. We'll see. I'll see the cap. Oh, there we go. Let's see if we can't pick up some of this sea glass. And maybe we'll put some of a little combination of white and green. And I wonder if we put one little piece there. How's that? Doesn't that look pretty? So that was pretty simple. I like this card. I like the way it came out. Maybe that's a Z-fold flap card. Is that a name for a card? Z-fold flap? I don't know. So let's look at the others again. So we just made this sympathy card. And then we have this one with a Washed in Beauty. And then we have this one with the Irresistible Blooms. So it doesn't have to be flowers. It can be whatever designer series paper you're trying to use up. So think about, I was thinking you could put the tacos on here and use some of that those bright colors. You could put the playing in the rain animals on here and use that DSP. You could use the farm bundle and put the cows and stuff on there. What else could, oh, the little piggies pulling a wagon with some pretty paper. So lots of ideas that you could do with this card. And I will post the measurements, and you have until Thursday to post some cards for us to admire. And let's see how well you do with the measurements of this card. Thanks for joining me today, and I will talk to you later. Bye.